Hey, what is up YouTube? Recently I just got my truck tuned by E-Tune Performance. He's based out of Georgia, so I know you're wondering, how did he tune my truck? I live in South Texas, he's all the way in Georgia. Well, he did this thing called remote tuning for HP tuners. What he does is he used TeamViewer. I never heard of that before, to be honest. You just go on TeamViewer, you download the link on TeamViewer. What you do is you would just send a picture of the username, the password. With TeamViewer, after he logs in to your username and password, he takes over the computer, so he's able to use HP tuners. Basically like he's sitting next to you while you're sitting there looking through the data logs, doing some pulls, and he downloads the tune. He's sitting there doing the tune, and you can watch him do all the stuff on the computer. And at any given moment, you can move the mouse and you take over, or you can just exit out of it and you're fine. No more access to the computer. So yeah, through that, it's very easy, very quick too. Like I thought it was going to be a little glitchy, a little laggy with TeamViewer, but not at all, even using the hotspot on the phone. So what you need to have whenever you want to do this kind of remote tuning is you have to have a computer that can run HP tuners. You have to have HP tuners, and you need either a hotspot for your phone or Wi-Fi just to hook it up, because you will be going through and driving around so you can look through the logs to see how all the data is lined up and all that, just so we can make sure everything is running safe. But this type of tuning is good if you live in a rural area where there's not any reputable tuning companies around, or performance shops anywhere around you. This guy really knows his stuff. He knows a lot, way more than I do. I had to ask a lot of questions, and you'll see in there I was a little iffy on some parts of the tune. Don't worry, like he knew what he was doing, and if, let's say I didn't want my engine to rev up as high as it does, you'll see in the video, he can tune it down no matter what. Like, whatever you want, he will do it. No questions asked, really. He will guide you towards what you want, and the way, like what's just safer for the engine in general. So before I get into showing y'all what we did, what the process is, basically what we did is we just, all the files on my truck is already uploaded on my buddy's computer for HP tuners. They're all on there, so we just had to plug it in, log him into TeamViewer, get that all squared away. Once he's on TeamViewer and he has access to HP tuners and all the information, the previous tunes, all that, you are good to go. You really don't need to do anything else. There's a chat box in there. He will tell you what you need to do, if you need to do anything. If you know what to do already, as far as like turning the car off, opening up the door just to where it completely shuts off any power, and then turning it back on, all the simple stuff, he will guide you to that. He'll ask you any questions you need. Yeah, so it was very smooth going. We only had problems whenever my buddy's phone just randomly shut off the hotspot on his phone, but other than that, it was easy to get it going back on the road. So the whole tuning with this experience was all around really great. I was able to watch and see exactly what he was doing on the computer to see the tune. I'm not going to show it on the camera just because I don't want to give away all this stuff, you know. But he was moving so fast you wouldn't even be able to write it down. And but you could see what he was doing. I had a couple questions because I saw some things done in there, so I was able to ask him. He was able to answer for me. So all around, it was just a great experience. Even the tuning wise, it does take a little longer, but like I said in the video at the very end, it takes time to get perfection, and just to make sure everything is running right. We're sitting here, we finally got him on it on TeamViewer. It wasn't too hard, you just got to download it, send him the address, but right now he's taking control of the computer. Is kind of weird. Okay, right now he's messing with the tune. He just went ahead, went on the stock tune, just so we can just rearrange it from there, start from a good base instead of going off my current tune right now and just fix whatever the guy did. I feel like it's a more efficient way to get through it. Not really going to show too much because I probably can't see it at all because of this dang glare. I can't even see it whatsoever. Yeah, he's just going through right now. He's putting the tune in, so we're just waiting here patiently. Right now we're going inside, chilling in the AC, because we don't have to technically have it hooked up to the truck if it has already all the information on the computer. Might as well just sit in the AC while we're waiting for him to tune it, and then we'll come back in here whenever we go and do our data logs and all that. He just got through with his magic. He was going through that so fast, it was kind of cool seeing it. Still, this glare is kind of not that good, but we're downloading the tune right now. He's got HP tuners pulled up on the computer. You got the TeamViewer This is really cool right here. Hopefully y'all can see it. While he's tuning it, y'all can actually type and like communicate through it. So that is a really cool option on the TeamViewer thing. If you don't feel like doing that, I'm sure he wouldn't mind just talking on the phone with you. But to be honest, he knew what he was doing. He was going through that pretty quick. Just simple questions about the tune, what you would like, what you wouldn't like. That's all was on there. Yeah, very fast, very quick. Yeah, let's see, he actually just messaged us. It's very fast messaging. He says he's going to work on that idle stability, whatever that means, but probably just like the lope and all that, like nice and choppy. But yeah, didn't really film too much during the process just because, I mean, it's just looking at a computer screen. There wasn't really much to it other than him doing his stuff. He's going through and he's just been flying past it. He's only been working on it for the past, like 30 minutes of that. He's already got the tune pretty much done. Right now he's just working on my idle, and that's pretty good. I mean, when I got it tuned here at a local shop, it took over an hour. Like, it's about an hour and a half, and then he had to go street tune it after that. So so he knows his way around it. Okay, so right here, engine's been running for a little bit. He had us rev it up a few times. I think it was just to check all the parameters, make sure everything was looking fine through the graphs and whatnot. But I was saying some stuff in here, wasn't too sure about it, so I decided to leave it out of the video. I don't want to give you any false information. But yeah, so we're just about to take it out for a drive, just to see how it's feeling, how everything is shifting, how the engine's running. He's going through, looking at everything, making sure everything is running right. We could chat the whole time. It was really cool how it was all working, but really we were just driving to get out of the neighborhood because you don't want to be speeding through that, especially if there's little kids and whatnot. So we were making our way out to the highway so we could do some highway speeds.
He said too loud, and I was like, yep, and he said race truck problems.
He said race truck problems?
Yeah.
I just don't want to be speeding around.
Yeah. There's a lot of old people on this street.
Pretty much, he's driving good. I can definitely tell on the transmission that he's having the shifts hold longer, which optimizes like my RPMs, I guess. Sorry, I can't even see. So it's basically just making it easier to shift, and it doesn't bog down as much. He just changed the shifting points. Yeah, about to turn around and do a pull just so you can see it real quick. Yeah, he's just basically optimizing the shift points on the transmission so it's easier to drive with the stock torque converter, which is a big deal. Definitely shifts better. I don't know, to me it just feels more planted when it's shifting. I don't know, before like it chirped the tires, which I always thought was cool, but you always lose traction every time you do that, so you're actually getting slower every time. But yeah, they definitely felt good. Okay, so right now we're going back to just, this is the highway right here, so it's highway speeds, you know, so we're not speeding. Wink. No, I'm just kidding. But we're going back because he wants to make sure we have that second to third gear shift right. Because I did one pull already, and so he just wants to go through, make sure it's I guess to the right RPM, just so I'm not winding the engine out too much, or making sure it's the right pressure as far as a shift goes. So that's what we're about to do, is make sure it supposed to do what it's supposed to do. Holy cow. I don't know how long the engine can handle that.
It went up there quite a bit. So all the way up to 6,600 RPM. Injector duty is only at 66%, so that's not too bad at all. There's plenty of room.
Like on that second to third gear pull, I don't know if that's the target he wants as far as RPMs go, because that's pretty damn high. But the duty cycle though for the injectors is only 66%, which is not too bad. Considering I do have a little bit of ethanol in the system right now. I was running it a little bit, tried getting it all out the best I could for today, but yeah, I do have a little bit in there. But 66% at 6,600 RPMs is not bad.
Yeah, and the ethanol content right now, it's at 26.7%. That's what's highlighted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think personally 6,600 RPM is pretty damn high. He says I'll be just fine. I trust him as far as the engine being okay. I mean, it seems like he knows what he's doing, especially just of how quick he's doing everything, all the questions, he's asking all the right questions, everything. But yeah, I trust him with it. If it squeezes a little bit more power out, like from the few 200 RPMs I gained just from the red line itself, that's fine with me. He also changed it too to where if I put it in manual mode, and let's say I forget to shift it or something, or if something happens and it just redlines, it'll automatically shift into the next gear, which is, I guess, another fail-safe, which is pretty cool as well, especially if you just have one hand to do it. Like, let's say if you're trying to film a race by yourself, which is probably not the safest thing, but you're doing it anyways, you're fine. You can do it that way too. So I think that's pretty cool. He's probably reloading the tune. Not too sure what he's messing with right now.
Actually, he's looking at the logs. He's trying to view the long-term fuel trims and see how they're adjusting themselves.
Definitely with these higher RPMs, I'm probably gonna have to invest into some of those header wraps, because I don't have that on right now. My underhood temps are pretty high, so they're definitely probably glowing at that RPMs, if not pretty close. I mean, I'm not making that high power, but it's still getting pretty damn hot under there. The only thing you're going to see is the screen right now. Basically done with the tuning. This is it at idle and park. This is just the live footage, to be honest. There we go. Done tuning the engine. Everything is up to what I like so far. If there's anything wrong, I'm sure that I don't like later on, I could always contact him and have it retuned. I just got to schedule it with Jared, but other than that, I think it should be fine. So yeah, so far it's been very easy. It's going to be time consuming, it is, but if you want everything to run perfect, you have to take its time. So that pretty much sums up the video. Again, it was a super easy process of tuning the truck, even though he was out of state. It was literally like he was there with us doing it. I kind of like this better than having the other people tune it, because my thing with other people tuning is they just go on, they do their own thing. You can't really see what they're doing. With him, I was able to see exactly what he was doing, just so if there wasn't anything I liked about it, I could let him know, just so you can have a better feeling about the tune, so you can see exactly what's going on. But yeah, so I'm going to post a review once I get that video done. I'm still going to be driving around for a few days, just so I get the hang of it, and that link will be posted probably in my description or the comment section. I have it in the video as well, so definitely check that out, because it's made the truck drive completely different than before, and it's all good. Like, it makes it super drivable right now, even with the stock torque converter. So that is a plus. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video because there's really nothing else to talk about, and I'll be addressing more of it in my next video about reviewing this this tune. So I'll let you know, and it's E-Tune Performance. You guys can go check out his Facebook page. I'm going to put it down in the description, and I maybe even put it in the comments section, just because people look in the comments more than description sometimes. And definitely check it out. Definitely a good tuner. I like it so far. All my other tunes have been kind of but this one is really good so far. So definitely check him out, And check out my next video once I post it, and I'll see y'all guys in my next video.